தெலங்கானா, கர்நாடகா, உள்ளிட்ட அனைத்து பகுதிகளுக்குமான தலைமை இயக்குனர் திரு வெங்கடேஸ்வர் அவர்களே, நாங்கள் நடத்துகின்ற பல்வேறு விழிப்புணர்வு நிகழ்ச்சிகளிலே பதவியில் இருந்த காலத்திலும் அதன் பிறகு இப்போது ஓய்வு பெற்றுவிட்ட காலத்திலும் உடன் இருந்து பொதுமக்களுக்கு சுகாதாரம் குறித்த விழிப்புணர்வை முதன்மையான நோக்கமாக எங்களோடு எப்போதும் கலந்து பணியாற்றிக் கொண்டிருக்கின்ற தமிழக அரசினுடைய முன்னாள் பொது சுகாதாரத்துறையினுடைய இயக்குனர் டாக்டர் அவர்களே, இங்கே வந்திருக்கின்ற ஊடக நண்பர்களே, அரசு ஊடகத்தை சேர்ந்த, அதாவது ஆல் இந்தியா ரேடியோவை சேர்ந்த சக பணியாளர்களே, அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். பத்திரிகை தகவல் அலுவலகமானது நாட்டினுடைய பல்வேறு பகுதியில் இருக்கின்ற பணியாற்றுகின்ற ஊடகவியலாளர்களுக்காக தொடர்ந்து பயிலரங்குகளை நடத்தி வருகிறது. இந்த பயிலரங்குகளுடைய நோக்கம், நீங்கள் அரசுடைய செயல்பாட்டை அன்றைய செய்திகளின் வழியாக ஓரளவு தெரிந்து அதை மக்களுக்கு எடுத்துச் சொல்லி வருகிறீர்கள் என்றாலும் கூட ஒரு முழுமையான ஆழமான புரிதலை உருவாக்கும் வகையில் இந்த பயிலரங்கு நடத்தப்படுகிறது. நாட்டின் பல்வேறு பகுதிகளில் ஒவ்வொரு ஆண்டும் பல நூற்றுக்கணக்கான இடங்களிலே இவ்வாறு நடத்தப்படுகிறது. சென்னையில் இயங்கிக் கொண்டிருக்கின்ற மண்டல பத்திரிகை தகவல் அலுவலகத்தின் சார்பாக கடந்த ஆண்டு 6 இடங்களில் இது போன்ற பயிலரங்குகளை நடத்தினோம். இந்த ஆண்டு இப்போதைக்கு தலைமையகத்திலிருந்து 4 இடங்களில் பயிலரங்குகளை நடத்துவதற்காக உரிய நிதியை ஒதுக்கி எங்களுக்கு பணித்திருக்கிறார்கள். அந்த வகையில் முதல் நிகழ்வாக இந்த 2022-23 ஆண்டு நிதியாண்டினுடைய முதல் நிகழ்வாக மதுரையிலே இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை நாங்கள் நடத்துவதில் மிகுந்த மகிழ்ச்சியும் பெருமையும் அடைகிறோம். இன்னும் பெருவாரியான பத்திரிகையாளர்கள் கலந்து கொள்வார்கள் என்ற எதிர்பார்ப்பு இருந்தாலும் கூட எங்களுக்கு சொல்லுகிறார்கள் இன்னும் கொஞ்ச நேரத்தில் வருவார்கள் என்று. அந்த நம்பிக்கையோடு இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை இப்போது நாங்கள் தொடங்குகிறோம். Madam, on behalf of everyone, I welcome you and DG Mr. Venkateshwar also to the historical city of Madurai, which has a minimum continued recorded history of more than 2,500 years. So this is a very important historical city of Tamil Nadu, and it's a pleasure to welcome you both here, representing the South Zone and also the All India Presentation Bureau. It's a pleasure and privilege to have you here. I welcome you all, and we may inaugurate this program with the formal lighting of the lamp. Thank you.
கூடுதல் தலைமை இயக்குனர் அண்ணாதுரை சார் அவர்களுக்கு முக்கிய நன்றி. இப்பொழுது பாரம்பரியமான முறையில் இந்த பயிலரங்கத்தினை சிறப்பு விருந்தினர்கள் நம்முடைய மாவட்ட ஆட்சித் தலைவர் தலைமையிலே குத்துவிளக்கேற்றி வைக்க வைக்கின்றார்கள். அனைவரையும் குத்துவிளக்கேற்றி வைக்குமாறு அன்போடு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன்.
Because of the AC.
It's because of the
AC or no?
AC.
इसके ऊपर कपूर रख दिया था
I think it is wrong.
அனைத்து சிறப்பு விருந்தினர்களுக்கும் மிக்க நன்றி. Now I request Madam Dr. Vasudha Gupta, IAS Director General, Press Information Bureau, Government of India, New Delhi, to deliver his keynote address. Please, Madam.
I can translate.
A very good morning to everyone present. At the very outset, first of all, I really apologize that I can speak only in English as long as this place is concerned, and that is why between me and Venkatesh we decided that only one person will speak, because unless you are able to communicate, there is no point to if I use the word waste each other's time beyond a point. So anyway, having said that, first of all, I am thankful to everyone, including all of you and everyone on the dais, for giving me this fantastic opportunity to be among yourself and at least to say few things which we feel that why we should keep on interacting like this at, say, a city level. So I will not really say many things per se, but I would just like to flag few points which I feel practically are applicable to all of us. First of all, I would really like to say that all our media friends, especially at the district level or even whatever we say, like we use the word in Delhi at the grassroots level, they are the real link between the people and the government, because they are the actual two-way communicator. They are giving whatever is being done by the government, they are ensuring that it reaches to the people for whom it is intended. On the other side, they are our feedback mechanism, in the sense that what is actually happening at the ground. The government reports, they are only one format. Like I think there are quite a few of us who are civil servants. We know that when the things are reported, there are certain reasons. The things are being reported, say in figures, or say like this has happened, gone more than 100%, things of that kind. But actually how a particular scheme, how a particular initiative of the government I am very clearly saying here of the government, not making any distinction between the center and the state government. Because most of you at least are aware that nothing works in isolation. Decisions are taken at the central level, keeping the country at large. They are being implemented in the states, given the specific requirements, specific demographic, socio-cultural and other things in the states. So having said that, it is basically you people. It is the media at the grassroots which works as our eyes and ears. Because actually, why thing, particular way of doing things has worked so well in village A, but may not be in village B. It is the same thing, it is the same state, it is the same district. But there may be, some very finer kind of a thing, which will not get reflected unless there are news items of those kinds. So that is why right in the beginning I said, yes, the most important, the link, Kadi as we can call it, in the communication to the grassroots level is basically you. Like once we got into this, how important it is. So with that comes our responsibility. When there is such a big importance, when we know this is actually how it works practically, so the responsibility also comes on us. We generally get into a cliche of good news and bad news. News is news. My only small request to all of you is kindly see that it has which feel people between news and opinion. Opinion matters, but how you are presenting. I come back to my first point. When I say opinion matters, fact is the same. But when you have put your opinion in a particular way, because you know what people understand and how they understand. So a little, what should I say? The way you have twisted, a little twisting here or there, changes the whole complex, changes the whole news. I am not saying that opinion should not be there, but I am saying opinion should not overshadow the facts, the actual working of the thing. Is maybe based on lot of things, but the difference between the news per se and the opinion along with facts is there. So that is why my humble request to all the friends here is one single point. Whenever you are writing a copy, whenever you are filing a story, just read it once, think twice that what particular word, what particular thing can actually may be misunderstood. Why I am saying this? Because lot of things have started working. I am coming now to my next point. In the name of fake news, and all kinds of, all of you know much more than us as such. Why a lot of problems come, whether legal or otherwise. It is nothing. The only thing is what we are saying and how we are saying. And when we say fake news, it is fact-based incorrect information, or even if it is a misinterpretation of a statement, of a fact, or two things put together, it becomes fake. Why I am using these words with so much of force? Because many a times we are getting fact checks not so many. Obviously for states, so it is our friends from the ownership. It has to be based on some reason. It has to be based on some kind of outcome. I was making something on such a large growth. Actually, here because we the pandemic we have seen a lot of such things because all these wrong interpretations, or if I opinion when I said I like something, these kind of things they actually lead to confusion, and then more of our energy on administration, if I put it that way, goes into handling that situation, bringing things back to status quo, going explain this is not really like this, go ahead like this, of those kinds. It's a very kind of we all are working in, and given our responsibility, we need to be more careful because I cannot get affected with what I have spoken, but a large number of audience or the people who will not give us, for where our is, they get up. So that's why I said it's huge from us. Really, and we all can think anything, any clarification. There are always should get jumping on in the government always particular cross check, and that is why, and again my request remain only one point: being responsible persons, we must ensure what we are saying. You very interesting. It's a social. Actually, the media social media. Into you must be Ministry of Information Broadcasting is a lot of there are so many very interesting. All the they are rods of the list. They are encouraged. And YouTube is running on what to say. Brought to our notice by where we have been. So I am coming to the original points. We are all, connected in one or the other way. That is why we really need to be responsible and very clear how to go about it. So as I just said, because of the language barrier, at least in my mind, you people may be equally comfortable, but I am not really feeling so comfortable because I always believe in communication should be with the comfort zone of both the sides. So I will not take much of your time. And whatever I have said, I will request Anandaranji when he speaks, just touch on those points so that nobody should feel on both sides, I am including myself, that we miss something. So with that, I wish all the best, not only for this Vartalap, but for every endeavor of yours. And if you have anything in mind, you think you can ask me, being from headquarters, you just keep that in mind. And whenever he feels that there is scope for that, we would really like to ensure that you should walk out of this room minus those doubts. So with that, once again, really my heartfelt thanks to everybody on the dais and to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, madam. Really, you have lighted the audience with your valuable address. Thanks, madam.
Basement can be used for parking. But they didn't express anything yesterday. During the meeting, I called for a meeting specific use of development in the meeting.
It is one.
I think corporation has to say if they have a problem with giving that is the gratuity. Then we will think about alternatives. I'll discuss with them. I'll discuss with them.
Now I request our district collector, Dr. S. Anil Sir, AS, to deliver his address. Please, sir.
To Information Bureau is conducting rural media orientation campaign. So I am happy with us. Speakers. This event is great. General of Press Information Bureau, Madam earlier. She has outlined a lot of issues that media is facing today. Then Director General South, Shri Venkateshwar, is also with us today. Additional Director General Shri Anandaranji is amongst us. Dr. Shiva Kumar, Deputy Director, and all the journalists and other friends. DFO of Madurai, he is also amongst us. Dr. Kalandesami is amongst us. So I காலை வணக்கத்தை நான் அனைவருக்கும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். இன்னைக்கு ரொம்ப புவர் டர்ன் அவுட் மீடியா. Okay, I know media has a lot of and of course maybe whenever the time permits them. It's all to connect between government. Yes. அது ஒரு நல்ல கருதுகிறேன். There are a lot of technical sessions also where the various districts அவங்களும் வந்து மீடியா கூட இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஒரு வாய்ப்பா my administration's point I'd like to highlight as an observer coming around me. Madam earlier, media வந்து மீடியாவா இருக்கணும். Very important. ஜனநாயகம் 4 தூண். அதில் there is media. ஒரு our democracy ஜனநாயகத்தை வந்து தூக்கின important பில்லராக இருக்கக்கூடியது media. So media has response position to play in society. So democracy today ஜனநாயகம் இருக்காங்க. இதுலயே வந்து ஜனநாயகங்கிறத அதுக்கு press, independent media, given this strong foundation, see the role has over. I wholeheartedly congratulate and appreciate all the vital media for the great role in supporting this. And things are changing. Subject to not seen in the past. ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய decade கிடையாது. We have seen everything. The kind of growth that digital in everything, not just in media. Everything has gone digital. We are seeing everybody with the mobile phone today. India has around 70% penetration of mobile phones. Around 65% of people are having access to internet. All this happened in last 10 years. This was not there. So the whole world has been disrupted in the last decade. We saw a pandemic also. நம்ம பார்ட்டிகள் கூட இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு நிகழ்வு நடந்த மாதிரி தெரியலன்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. ஸோ we had it all in the last 1 decade. So of course there will be changes in everything. Administration also changes. Way courts are conducted, courts went online, video conferencing. இல்லை நம்ம எதிர்பார்க்காத நிகழ்வுகள் வந்து பல்வேறு இடங்களில் நடந்ததில் of course media was also disrupted. இன்னைக்கு வந்து maximum consumption happens as well official sources spread and the news frequently common man in me. This WhatsApp as Madam Media dishing out a lot of news to the common. What I have understood is that they mostly believe it. So whatever is dished out in the media, WhatsApp la enna varudho, illa Facebook la enna varudho, illa TV la edha paakringlo, illa paper la enna padikringlo. The basic thing I have understood that common man usually believes that that is the truth. So when there is so much of an influence that the media can make on human perception, so that only increases the responsibility of people who are creating this content. So all this content is created by somebody. Some are created by official journalists, some are created by amateurs, some are created by people with not so good intentions. So everybody creates content, and this content is floated in multiple formats across multiple modes of media. So it is very difficult nowadays to control how the news spreads. However much you put regulation and however much you try to screen and censor thing, with the advent of social media, it has become almost impossible to censor it completely, because in WhatsApp it spreads in 1 hour, it will reach 10 lakh, 20 lakh people. So that's how you make things viral now. So that has a great reach. So controlling content is almost difficult, or it is next to impossible. So we have to appeal to the content creators. So who creates this content? Maximum content gets created through journalists. So journalists, when they present the content, my only request or my only appeal would be to make sure that you differentiate between news and opinion separately. That was always there. My newspaper by newspaper there will be an area for news and there will be an area for editorial. Editorial is where the views of the journalist or the views of the publisher gets published. That's fine, everybody knows. There is already that disclaimer is there that it is view, it's not a news. So the person reading that also reads it with that knowledge. But when this separation of news and views gets a bit confused, and when news is also mixed with views, then there is a chance that the reader gets misdirected or the reader is misled. So this should not be done, because that will have a lot of repercussions which we may not be able to fathom now. So it is very important that we separate out these two. Of course, we also have their case, but we may know to the reader also that it is the view and it is not the actual fact. So that's one thing that I think we all should be very cognizant of. And as I said, media has been disrupted like no other profession or no other area of business or area of activity like in the last 10-15 years. I also grew up as a kid watching only Doordarshan. Now the function school time, there was only one channel, Doordarshan. And there was only a few newspapers. Of course, there were some very, very old traditional newspapers. And that was the only content that I had access to. But over the years, we have seen how the channels have multiplied. Now India has around 400 news channels. So all of them are giving different news. They have their own priorities. So So the kind of content that is generating, the kind of volume that is getting generated is much beyond our thought. We couldn't even imagine this maybe 20 years before. So that kind of disruption has happened in the television itself. So digital social media, the generators are this advent of traditional TV channels. They have all moved into the digital. You have YouTube channels or all news channels. Everybody has a very good. All this also is of course India is going against it. And media has grown at almost double the pace that economy has grown. So what has happened is there is a huge number of outlets, or you can say people who are news there are a lot of people now in. Of course, what happens? Comes in. So comes in, worrying about circulation, more priority for. So this is where we should also introspect and find out whether we are doing anything. One of the pillars, whether sense over this we get at least a best because of this connect seeing